Hey everyone. So in the last couple of videos, I have been mostly talking about interview questions, be it JavaScript or React related. Now in today's video, I wanted to talk about something different, which is still related to interviews, but it is mostly what people don't know or freshers don't know while giving the interviews. So today I wanted to pull back the curtains and tell you what happens behind the closed doors in technical interviews, the stuff that no one actually talks about. Now after conducting quite a few interviews in the last 2-3 years, as a senior software engineer and going through plenty myself, I've noticed patterns that most candidates often miss. And rightly so, because they haven't taken interviews till now. So, all the freshers out there, this video is for you. Understanding these insider perspectives can dramatically change how you perform and prepare. Let's break down the 10 things that interviewer often look forward during an interview which the candidates often miss. First is we are not only evaluating your solution, we are watching how you solve problems. The thought process matters more than the perfect answer. When I interview candidates, I'm actually looking for moments where they get stuck and how they navigate through that. Second thing is most candidates do not realize that the communication during the interviews is weighed more than the actual code that you write. I have passed candidates who were not able to solve the question completely but were able to clearly explain their approach and how they can solve the problem. So, if you are someone who just appears in an interview, write your code, do everything, and then walk out of it, it's better to start communicating. Third, which I think is the most important, we are evaluating your questions. The questions you ask reveals the depth of your understanding and how you approach an unfamiliar territory. Generic questions signal generic thinking. As simple as that. Fourth one is interviewers are assessing if you are coachable or not. When I give a hint or suggestion, I'm watching how you receive feedback. Do you get defensive or can you adapt your approach? Fifth one is cultural fit isn't about personality. It's about problem solving and communication patterns matching the team's needs. Different companies, even within the same industry, might be looking for completely different traits. Sixth is your resume gets you interviews, but we often look for discrepancies between your resume and your actual knowledge. This is why we probe deeply into the projects you have listed. This tells us if you have written something that you do not know just to get the interview. Now comes the seventh point, which is senior interviewers are evaluating your system design questions not for textbook answers but for trade off awareness. There is rarely one right solution, but there are thoughtful and hasty approaches. Now comes the eighth point, which is when we ask about your past experiences or mistakes, we are actually trying to gauge your self awareness and growth mindset, not trying to uncover your flaws. Now comes the next point, which is most interviewers can tell within the first 10 minutes if you have practiced the problems or not, or you have just mugged them up. The fluidity of your thinking gives it away. So practice everything properly before giving interviews. Finally, we remember candidates who teach us something during the interview, bringing your unique insights and perspectives during the interview to solve a particular problem. This creates a lasting impression on us. And this is a human tendency that if you have learned something new or if you are able to provide that shock value to someone, they remember you, even if it is in a good way or a bad way. Understanding these behind the scenes approaches will definitely help you approach your technical interviews differently. Instead of just preparing answers, you will be preparing for a holistic approach that addresses what interviewers are actually looking for. I hope these insights help you in your next interview. If you found this helpful, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe for more content that goes beyond your typical interview advice. Stay tuned for more awesome content. I'm still experimenting with a lot of different ideas to see what actually works, but yeah, thanks for watching. Bye bye.